Yo, it's Nyck Caution.
Yo, it's Kirk. What's going on?
You watching ThisIs50.com.
Yeah, keep it locked.
Yo, what's good? It's DJ Thorough, aka Thorozano, the bridge to the streets. Right now, you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on ThisIs50.com. Like always, got special guests in the building. Yeah. Introduce yourself.
You already know it's Kirk Knight.
Nyck Caution, man.
Nyck at Night. What's going on? What's going on?
Nyck at Night, man. Nickelodeon trying to sue you off for that?
Nah. We changed the spelling a little bit. We gonna be alright.
All right. Maybe y'all can perform like Bill with him, like do a show.
Yeah, I'm with it. Hey, we talking to you.
Do the slime shit.
Remember, you gave me the idea, so I need 30% of that.
We'll put you in the show.
Hey, let's do it. Keep going. Hey, this guy's smart. His interview's over. He's smart. That's what I need to know. That's all you need to know. So you are part of the Pereira crew, right?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, of course, it was made in Morrow. I went to another school. I went to Erasmus.
Okay.
So basically, the way I could just speak on how I got into it. Okay. Basically, the way I got into it was I went to middle school with Joey.
Okay.
So basically, we always kept in contact. Whatever, this at the third. He told me that I should start because I used to beat on the table with pens, like when people was rapping and freestyle, Joey and all that. And basically, he was like, "Yo, you should take it to a program." Took it to FL Studio. Made a couple beats, and he made that pro era in high school. He was like, "Yo, I got this group that I got this at the third," and he was like, "Yo, I want you to meet one of the guys that I'm doing it with, like the guy who basically made this whole idea."
Right.
And I met up with Steez at his house,
right.
And I was playing a couple beats, and then from there it's history. I was like, "Yo, Kirk, you in there?"
And you coming out of Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
What part?
Well, I come from Flatbush, Parkside. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Mill Basin. Not everyone knows where that's from.
Where is that?
That's right. It's you know where King's Plaza is?
Yeah.
It's like that way. Like
okay.
So like when you see King's Plaza and you go down, that's
is that like a new area?
It's like basically what it is. It's like it's been there for like a minute,
right?
But it's kind of like a suburb type of area.
Oh, so you're rich? Okay, I get it.
Nah. So what it is?
What's wrong with that?
Nah, there's like really rich parts, and then there's just affordable parts too. But it's a nice area. It's definitely a nice area.
If it's something you never heard of, it's nice.
Yeah, but it's right off Flatbush.
Flatbush.
I'm not gonna fake it like, yo, I'm from Flatbush, born and raised. I'm from Mill Basin.
So basically, Nyck at Night, I executive produced this. So I produced the majority of the joints on it, except for this one joint, which was produced by Chuck Strangers. Shout out to Chuck Strangers.
Okay.
Shout out to 1900. Shout out to Nasty, because he was the one who basically what happened was it's like me and Nyck was in the studio, and this guy named Nasty, shout out to Nasty one time, He had royalty-free samples or whatever. So then we made like 4 joints in one day.
Right.
So more or less that was like the day that just really solidified it and made it like move, like in terms of like, oh, we already basically sound design just like probably like 40% of the album with 4 songs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So as I got deep into it, because I'm like, I like Sonics, man. Like the more I get into it, I'm just keep feeding for more. So as we was doing that, and he's in the set like phenomenal rapping and shit like that. So it just made sense.
Right. So why did you, with all the guys in the crew, why did you two guys decide to have to do a project? Your chemistry's better, or?
Yeah, no, the chemistry's definitely there.
We always had the chemistry, but also it all comes back to the session we had like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And it was we used to work with Echo, like the brand Echo, and we were doing like a session, and they videotaped it, and we came up with the Nyck at Night name there.
Right.
And it kind of just brewed from that time, and we always knew we were gonna do it. And then he dropped his debut project last year, and I dropped mine.
Right.
And it just made sense, like we both dropped our things, and then instead of dropping our second projects, we thought let's just do something together,
right?
Put it out, and then it just happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the ladies' man in the group?
I mean,
I
gotta go, but they every time they
in trouble. All right, nah,
what's up?
I'll be fucking.
It's all good. Just acting.
But I'll be fucking with the public figures, man. That's me all day. I'll be with the public figures, man. Hell yeah.
Put that in their bio.
That's a requirement.
You want to see the K in the followers.
Right. On a serious note, how did the death of Capital Steez affect you guys?
Well, it made me stop making music, dog. Like, there ain't really nothing. Like, every time I come back to that topic, it's very like touchy, because then it's like, when you have like, I wouldn't say survivor's guilt, but it's more or less like it made me think like, wow, like you really sometimes got to check up on somebody every single day to really make sure that somebody's alright. Like a lot of people fake how they feel on the daily so much that it becomes the norm.
Right.
Like they don't even know what their real feeling is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it made me just more like, in terms of like, before like, I used to just, you know, life just goes on, but you start caring about more things. You just start paying attention more to the details of a person's lifestyle, and more or less than the general thing. Like in terms of like, all right, yo, I think he like eating too much. I think he, you know what I'm saying? Like start really caring. Like that death really affected me in so many ways. Like I couldn't figure out the musical method at a point, because it was just more or less like, damn, like the one thing that we believe in that seems so promising and so like, you know, and our member dies, and then it's like being young and being in the media of things, like being in like all these blogs and this, that, the third is just like confusing, because we was also young as shit. Like we were like 16. Like, I was 16.
Wow, that's young.
16, 17. So at the end of the day, it's like we don't want to be asked questions like on interviews and stuff about your mans and it just happened and stuff like that. Like, you know, you more or less, you don't have no time to mourn, especially in this. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. You have no time to mourn in this era of life, because the social media always there to keep up with you and follow up with you, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, like Instagram is like school. Right. you wake up in the morning, you see your classmates, you scroll on the gram, you see everybody's what they was doing last night, what they was doing, like, you know what I'm saying? So everything's just more out in the open.
I get it. Well, a lot of artists too, obviously you just came to the realizations, whether you know it or not, that's what you signed up for. Whenever
that's true though. That's very true.
Whether you know it or not, you signed up for that, because when you matter or you do something of some significance that people care about, they're gonna be all in your business. Yeah. If you don't matter, nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, that's a fact. It's like a double-edged sword. Like you want people to check for you, but you want them out your personal space. That doesn't happen. Fans and admirers, they don't separate the two. They want to know everything about you. So.
And the thing that was crazy too, there was a couple of things about it. One, we just dropped our debut Pro Era album or project at the time, and it dropped, and then, you know, it happened a couple of days later. So in most of the interviews or most of the situations, you know, it was more about just what had just happened.
Naturally.
Naturally. And it was just like we couldn't even think about, like, we forgot we dropped the project.
That's what I'm saying. We forgot music. We forgot a lot of things.
And then we went on tour like in April, and it was everyone but him, and it was just weird because he was like really the figurehead.
He was the
like,
anchor.
Yeah, like
we said that he was the anchor.
He put that shit together. So.
All right. Well, moving forward, coming out of Brooklyn, I'll start with you first. Who are some of your musical influences? What made you want to start getting into music or rap? Or
like, I always say it like this. Like, when I started off, man, I was like, I have an older brother, so I was like, anything he did, I don't want to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but he passed his era of hip hop and he was getting experimental. So he was listening to like Calvin Harris and all these like techno. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he was like Hawthorne Heights, rock bands, and this, that, the third. So I was listening to that, and that's why I learned emotion, like in terms of like emotion in music, like this is the third. And then by myself, on my dolly, one day I was in the TV room, whatever, I was sick from school, whatever, and I seen Miss Fat Booty on the TV.
Mos Def.
And, of course, shout out to Mos Def, man. That's one of my favorites. But basically I was watching that, I was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Something that I felt, cause like, of course, like I love every genre, but some genres just aren't for you. And that genre, like I felt so comfortable watching it. I was like, I could portray this. This is like, you know what I'm saying? And then my brother came on and was like, oh, what you about? Oh, you like this, huh? So listen to Doom, Mad Lib, this, that, the third, Biggie, Reason to Doubt, And he just kept giving me a whole bunch of shit to listen to, and I was just like, I bet. And that's what, through that is what I was making my decision to be a rapper. But I was more like, yo, the beats is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, like, you know, that started coming from.
And you?
For me, similar to him, like, I would do what my bigger brother, you know, I was into what he was into. And I'm not just saying this because I'm at This Is 50, but like 50 Cent, when he came out, you know, I was always into Eminem. Just, I mean, I'm white. That was like the guy.
Oh, you're white?
Yeah, you think I'm Spanish?
I thought you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I think I'm Spanish. I'm Italian. I'm Jewish.
You gotta, something.
Yeah.
Something mingling. Somebody.
I gotta do my ancestry.
Somebody mingled there. I don't know if you went to Go ahead.
But so yeah, I was always into Eminem, and then I mean 50 Cent obviously co-signs Eminem, and that was when he came out. And when Get Rich came out, I was like, yo, this is the craziest shit I ever heard. Like this is crazy. And then Lloyd Banks.
Right.
Ended up becoming like my favorite rapper for a while. You know, I was into Banks heavy. And then once I started getting into junior high school, this is all in like elementary school.
Right.
Junior high school, I listened to like Lil Wayne, mixtape Lil Wayne, and Kid Cudi, and then I started getting older, and there was so many people. But my early real influences were definitely like M, 50, Banks.
Right.
I listened to a little bit of Tupac, but those three were definitely like three of the pioneers for me.
All right, good taste. Label situation. You guys independent? Are you signed? What's the situation with how you distribute music and how you get it out?
Right now we doing this with Cinematic, but we're also with Pro Era Records, and it's independent. Everything's independent.
Okay, good. That's good. It's obviously working.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the. I always tell artists
there's no real reason to go to a major.
Exactly. Especially if you already got a foundation. Because all majors do is wait till you do the hard work, and then they want to come and reap the benefits. You already did it.
Like, all right, do all this, and then we'll give you this, and we're taking this.
And we're taking this.
Yeah, so
right. So if you already got a foundation and a system, keep it
and then once your shit is done, it's just like, all right, who's next? Like,
who's next?
So
I'm glad you understand that at a young age. That's beautiful.
Yeah, they don't care. If you're hot for now, great, they love it. But the second you're not hot and you're not
to the next.
They don't care. Like little by little, they'll just all right. Oh yeah, you got. Oh all right.
Right.
But
so let's talk about videos. What videos do you have out that they can refer to right now?
We got Off the Wall. That's out right now, and we got a video called All Night. That's out. We got more videos on the way. You know what I'm saying? We just doing our thing.
Let them know the I guess the YouTube channel or where they can check it out.
Pro Era.
You can just type theproera.com. You can find everything.
Yeah.
Right.
That's basically. And if you just type in Nyck at Night on YouTube, everything will come up.
Yeah. Nyck at Night. Yeah. Y'all gotta do something with Nickelodeon, man. Y'all have to like perform. Like you know how I have Saturday Night Live.
I don't even know if Nickelodeon is really like. I know it's still a thing, but I know their main channel is not on cable anymore.
No?
I didn't even know that. I had one cable and
hot.
I ain't even going right.
You should do. I got an idea for you guys. When you do a show of the whole Nickelodeon stage, you should set your stage up like that, like you're Nickelodeon.
Like actually, set.
Like you're on set.
We got to do a scene. You know, remember the slime?
Right, slime. Yeah. Now when you do this, I need 80% of the funds.
He trying to get that chicken. I respect that shit. Hell yeah, I respect that shit. He trying to get that chicken.
We'll just have you DJ the set. We'll have you DJ the set.
That's smart.
You know what I'm saying? We'll have you DJ the set.
This guy's, hey, listen, you know his music. Fuck everybody else. This guy's smart.
We in Mill Basin.
I like this guy. I knew it was something about you.
I'm full of surprises, man.
So listen, if anybody want to follow you guys, check out your music, how can they get in contact with you guys?
You can just follow Nyck Caution.
Nyck Caution.
Put it all on him, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying on the Instagram shit.
Nyck Caution. NYCK Caution.
All right.
And then mine is Kirk Knight, KIRKKNIGHT, simple. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Who are you guys feeling right now with artists that's out right now? I'm curious.
Underachievers, Flappers, Zombies, Pro Era.
Oh, y'all keeping it Brooklyn.
Keeping it Brooklyn.
Oh, y'all talking. Nobody's out of Brooklyn. Okay.
Tutu Love.
Right.
Stash. I'm feeling Jay Critch too. I can't front. I'm feeling Jay Critch.
Okay.
Denzel Curry. Denzel Curry, that's my guy. Yeah, there's a couple people, but definitely a lot of New York.
Keeping it home team.
Davies too.
Davies, shout out Davies.
Shout out Davies.
Yeah, shout out to Davies.
And my brother Fergie. What?
Oh,
of course.
Okay.
Hey, shout out ASAP Fresh. Shout out them ASAP boys off rip. You already know that.
Yeah, people right there. And once again, shout out that project that's out right now.
Nyck at Night, out now on everything, Spotify, everything, SoundCloud, YouTube. If you can't afford it, listen to it for free. No, it's free. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube.
I tell people you can't afford to steal it.
Yeah, just listen to it. Listen to it.
He said BitTorrent and shit.
Right, you still promote it when you playing it. They don't know you stole it. Don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man. DJ Thorough, Nyck at Night, man.
Yeah,
Make sure you go get that shit. Pro Era. Rest in peace to Capital Steez, man.
You know that comes.
DJ Thorough, hottest in the street. And like always, when you see us, one knee us. Let me pay respects. Yeah.
we pimpin', nigga.